As we take a look at the gruesome details, be considering what would you say to this woman? What would you say to Brittany Maynard? What would you say to the woman who wanted to end the life of her 47-year-old son? What is the Christian response? Here are the details whilst you ponder. Her mother's application was granted immediately, setting a precedent, writes LifeSite News. It is the first time a child breathing on her own, not on life support, and not suffering a terminal illness has been allowed to die in the UK. Actually, allowed to die, was put to death. And the means that it was done, absolutely staggering, and the details are quite gruesome. Here we go. The judge praised Mom, that's her last name, for her love and devotion toward her daughter. The judge ruled the daughter had no quality of life anymore, said the big person, and therefore she should be killed by refusing to give her any food or water until she died. Do you know how painful it is to die from not having hydration or food? We don't treat our dogs like this. The details. It took her 14 days to die. Mom claimed that she wanted to end her daughter's suffering and give her death with dignity. But she chose to do that by making her daughter suffer a slow, agonizing, painful death. This is the death with dignity movement. We need to hear what is going on in this precedent-setting case. I'm sorry for this. Victims' kidneys may shut down first as they continue to lack access to both water and salt. Without water, blood volume will decline and all the organs will start to fail. Kidney failure will soon lead to disastrous consequences and ultimately death as blood volume continues to fall and waste products that should be eliminated from the body remain. Pleasant? No. Painful? Excruciating. But just because this is happening, that does not mean death is imminent from dehydration. Various effects from lack of hydration and nutrition lead ultimately to death. The mouth would dry out and become caked or coated with thick material. Lips would become parched and cracked. Tongue would swell and might crack. Eyes would recede back into their orbits, and cheeks would become hollow. Lining of the nose might crack and cause the nose to bleed. Skin would hang loose on his body and become dry and scaly. Urine would become highly concentrated, leading to burning of the bladder. Lining of the stomach would dry out, causing convulsions. Respiratory tract would dry out into thick secretions that would result in plugging her lungs. Then her lungs shut down. Then her heart shuts down. Then her brain shuts down. If a criminal on death row were put to death like this, an entire nation would be in an uproar. Instead, today we praise a mother for being so kind and compassionate.